The letter you are about to hear is a work of fiction. All names, events, and circumstances are entirely imaginary and created for narrative and artistic purposes. This story does not depict or promote violence, crime, or punishment. It is a reflection on the human experience, memory, love, and the acceptance of death.
Brother, I am not writing this to make peace between us. If peace were possible, it would have happened long before now. I am writing because silence has already done all the damage it can do, and honesty no longer has anything to lose. This is not a reconciliation. It is an accounting. There is a clarity that comes when time runs out. Not the kind people talk about, not sudden wisdom, just the removal of excuses. When there is no future left to protect, the truth becomes easier to hold. Heavier, maybe, but simpler. I am holding it now. We were taught early on not to speak about certain things, not because they were unimportant, but because they were inconvenient. So we learned other skills instead: silence, distance, endurance. Those skills kept us standing, but they also kept us apart. There were moments when I believed you chose distance deliberately, moments when I believed I had been weighed and found unnecessary. I carried that belief for a long time. It hardened into something useful but wrong. What I see now is not intention, but pattern. And patterns are inherited before they are chosen. This is not absolution. Understanding does not erase impact. There are wounds that remain even after their origins are explained. I do not pretend otherwise. But clarity changes what we carry forward, even here, especially here. I want to say this without decoration. I was angry with you. Not loudly, not openly, but consistently. It lived in how rarely I reached out, in how quickly I assumed the worst, in how easily I told myself I did not need you. That anger did not protect me. It only made me smaller. This place does not allow anger to remain dramatic. It strips it down until all that is left is fatigue. Anger cannot survive where there is no audience, no momentum, no illusion of winning. What remains is not forgiveness, it is recognition. We were both shaped by what we were not given. That does not excuse what we withheld from each other, but it explains why neither of us knew how to offer it. I no longer need you to be different than you were. I only need to understand who you actually were. I am not asking you to remember me kindly. I am asking you to remember me accurately. I was not misunderstood. I was incomplete. There is a difference. I see my own failures clearly now. The moments I chose pride over repair, silence over effort, distance over discomfort. This is not regret, it is recognition. There is no anger left in me now, not because it was wrong, but because it has finished its work. Anger is a tool. Once it has taught you where the fracture is, it has nothing more to offer. What remains is steadier. I do not know what you will do with this letter. Read it once, set it down, never return to it. That is not something I can control, and I am no longer interested in control. This letter exists whether it changes anything or not. That is enough. I want to say something that may sound strange. I am not sorry for everything that happened between us. Some distance was necessary. Some fractures reveal truths proximity cannot. But I am sorry for the parts where I stopped seeing you as human and reduced you to a story I told myself. This ending belongs to me. It does not belong to you. You are not responsible for how my life narrowed. You are not responsible for how it concludes. I release you from carrying that question. If you ever find yourself wondering whether things could have been different, let that question pass without demanding an answer. Possibility is endless only viewed from a distance. Up close, we are all limited by what we know at the time. That does not make us villains. It makes us human. I am not afraid now, not because I am brave, but because fear requires options. There are no options left to argue with, only what is, and what is feels complete. This letter is not a bridge, it is a boundary. It marks where my responsibility ends and where your life continues uninterrupted. That is the most honest gift I can offer. If there are moments when you remember me, let them be unburdened. No loyalty required, no defense needed. Just acknowledgement that we shared a beginning, even if we did not share an ending. I will stop here, not because I am out of words, but because words are no longer necessary. I am finished explaining myself, finished carrying anger forward, finished asking for a different past. What remains is acceptance, not soft, not warm, but honest. That honesty will stay with me until the end, and that is enough. Take care of what comes next. It does not belong to me. Your brother.